Hello everyone, this is Just Lord at Just Lord Gaming. I'm going to do a little review of Mario 64 versus Crash Bandicoot. Give you my reason why I think Mario 64 is better. Um, we used to go through this when I was younger, me and my brother, because he was a extreme PS1 fan. You couldn't tell him nothing about PS1. He thought PS1 was the greatest system ever. Me, I'm an all-around gamer. I play everything. So I don't got a fandom to no system. I mean, and I guess this is where the fanboy thing come in when somebody just likes their preferred system. Got no problem with me. I'm a gamer. I like games. So I play everything, whether that be the Saturn, whether it be Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo, all those joints I'm playing. So I don't care. Like my brother, they wouldn't touch. They wouldn't touch the other systems. But me and my other brother, we played everything, and we always played everything. We still do to this day. But I'm gonna go over why Mario 64 is, I ain't gonna say it's the greatest platformer, but to be the start of this, matter of fact, it is the greatest platformer because it's the one that started the real 3D platformers. So whatever came after this, it's just a copycat to me. I mean, and how you take Nintendo's controls and use it as your own. I mean, because without Nintendo, we wouldn't have the 3D control that we have now, because everybody was still with the tank control, method with the 3D, and Nintendo went left and give you full 3D control. Look at that. They're the first ones to do that. Like, I couldn't move like that in Bubsy 3D, and that game was trash, might I add. But just to say, Nintendo starts you off always right. They started me off. Here you go. You came out. They tell you, A is jump, B is to hit. That's all they told you. But as a gamer, let me see what else I could do. So, you get out here, you just start running around. You see what buttons, what me personally, when I play, I check out what every button do. You was given an arsenal right at the beginning of Mario 64, and some people may have never known that they had all these moves in the beginning until they went over here, and did the tutorial where you start reading stuff. So if you wasn't a reading guy, you would bypass the tutorial. Me, I'm gonna go through the tutorial, see what I got to do. Okay, that's more moves in my arsenal. So I just run around, just look at just to see the birds flying out the tree. Think about how amazing that was in '96. to see something like that coming from Super Nintendo, where we're all playing, 2D games, side scrollers and stuff like that. And you just think about that. So already, just on the gameplay alone, that's a 5 in my book. You're getting the 5 on the gameplay. I mean, so you start out. We have here. You're already giving me, this is 96. Graphics is a 10. You're not. There's no ifs, ands, about it. Control, perfect. Some people may not think it's the best control. I do. Best control. I heard people, they have problems with the camera. I didn't see. They give you multiple camera angles that you can use, and to pull in, pull out, get closer. So I don't see. The camera followed you pretty well. I never had a problem with the camera of Mario 64, and I've played games where the camera's been a problem. I remember Sonic 06, camera problem. Everybody ain't meant to make a 3D platformer, but like I said, I'm not ragging on Sonic 06 because I damn sure played that game to the end. And I'm a great game in my book, but it ain't perfect. And there's a lot they could work on. Could have worked on Sega if they took more time making it, because y'all had Sonic Adventures. You pretty much had the formula that was just pretty much fixing the things that you had in the game. But again, let me get back to Mario 64. Here we go. You have this huge castle, so you just imagine seeing that in 3D, and you like, God damn, this is crazy how big this game is. And that's just off the opening area. You just seeing this, and you can run around. Man, we played around in this opening area. I played around in there when I was I was 16 when this came out, so I definitely played around in just that open areas, walking around, looking at everything. And in this game, I'm looking at it, it aged well. I don't see a problem with it even now. I mean, that now we got better, graphics and stuff like that, but I don't see a problem with it at all. And then we will have, here we go back to the Big Bomb Summit. So we get here, you see this first star. All right, they give you a description of what to do. There you go. I gotta go to the top of the mountain. And then here you are in this big world. And you just take a look around. First thing you see, like, look all the places I can go. You think about coming from Super Nintendo to this, and coming from PlayStation to this, and you seeing all of this. And I can't say this is a perfect game to me. I don't give games too much props, but I will give technical feats their props. And when you do something that's great, you should be talked about as a great developer. Shigeru Miyamoto, you are a great developer. You got a good vision for what you think is a good game, and for all these years I've been playing your games, your vision's been pretty tight. I mean, some games are okay, you might take a fall, but you know what you're doing. I think like, you understand what somebody would be thinking when they're playing your games. And I think a lot of developers don't do that. They just think people want the same type of game or something like that. But you try to do all the time. You try to make different games, and I could respect that. But again, here we go, moving up, and here we go to our first boss. We got King Babam looking over his land, and here comes the trespasser. Gonna give you that business real quick. It never was too hard. I think this is like a good start off game if you was a little kid or whatever. Just understanding, how to, make different decisions in games, how to jump, how to fight. Like, okay, it's not all about just mashing the buttons or whatever. You got to think about what you want to do. I always like that about Mario 64. You got to think about how I want to get to the top of that mountain. How do I get to that star? How do I get here? And that's another thing with Nintendo that you're going to get. You're always going to be thinking. It's always going to be teaching. Like you see, I got my daughter. She plays. I mean, she ain't that good yet, but she plays. So it's just one of those things. Like, okay, this is good. It's a good learning, especially for the kids now. It's definitely good to show them the older games, where the games teach you, how to play. And I just got my daughter, the Princess Peach game for the Switch, and she loves it. I played a little bit of it, and I said I could see this is a good kids game for kids, and adults can play it too. But it's on the easy side. But it's not about it being easy. It's not about it, but it's about how it's played to show you what to do, how to play the game. And that's the great thing I say about Nintendo games. It's always a good tutorial on how to play. And again, you would think, you come in here, what's going on in this room? But there are paintings, so I know I can jump into paintings. So can't go in that one, can't go in that one. It's just the little things Nintendo does to make you understand. First board, you jumped into the picture, so you have the thought now, okay, I can jump into pictures, or I can do that. So those are the things, like, okay, a lot of games don't give you that. They don't teach you those things to make you remember, like, this is what I gotta do, okay? So there's a lot of things, but again, Mario 64 did a lot of things first. So, it's all up to, I know a lot of people that didn't like this game, or because they were, like, again, PlayStation or Sega Saturn, they were fanboys of those games. and that's the way they went. So you couldn't tell them nothing about their curriculum. Like I couldn't tell nobody nothing about Sonic, or I couldn't tell nobody nothing about Crash Bandicoot, especially my brother. He thought, oh, it's way better than Mario 64, and I said, explain it to me. I can explain to you why I think Mario 64 is better, but you're not explaining to me why. You know what I mean? So that's just one of the things with like growing up that you get. But again, for me, my score with Mario 64, my score is going to be, this is a top tier game. This is a perfect game for me. So I'm going to do my scoring by 1 through 5. So I'm going to give this, I will give Mario 64 graphics, I will give it a 5. I will give the sound, I mean, there's a few, but I think every musical note in this game, or every musical theme in this game, goes with the levels. So I might give the sound a 4.5 or 4. I give the sound a 4. I mean, because the sound, there's a couple of little tracks on here that I like. Nothing that I know, like games that I go back to and listen to the music even today. So this is, I would say, the star music is probably Mario 64 Star got the best. That's the best star version of the star theme to me was Mario 64. I could say I sat there and I played that. I play that a lot. But it's a couple of songs in here that I like. But it's nothing that I would go like play besides the star music, I would say. But I'll give the sound and everything, the little yips yaps Mario does. I'll give it about a 4. I give it a 4. Besides that, I'm going to go with gameplay is a 5. That's definite 5. Replayability, that's a 5, because you can beat this game and still have stars left to do. So that's coming back for more. You can't go wrong with that. What else I can say? And fun factor, that's a 5, because everything in this game is fun to do. So I'll give you that. So now let me switch over. I'm gonna go to tell you. No, Crash starting out. He's on the beach. So basically, just like Mario 64, here, this is the tutorial, right? So basically, Naughty Dog, they didn't give you any tutorial. They just got you in here. So here I go. Start out, I run around, see what all my buttons do, right? So at this point, there's only 2 buttons that work. So I know I gotta jump and I know I gotta spin, right? So jump and spin. Didn't start me off with much, right? Mario 64 started me off with a lot. So that'll be my first gripe right there. How could you say that this was better than Mario 64? A man only started out with 2 things to be able to do. Okay, I got the crates in front of me, so I know I guess that's the tutorial. Break these damn crates, buddy. So there I go, I run through the land. It's not as fast as Mario 64. I'm on a beaten path that I need to walk through. So again, this is not a true 3D platform. So right, so you tell me this is basically on rails. Okay, there we go. Enemies, basic enemy, just going left to right. That's it, right? Not to say that the enemies in Mario 64 are doing anything different, but just to say the share, I'm not able to move anywhere. But besides this amount, doesn't make it a bad game, right? So don't make it seem like I'm trying to say Crash is a bad game, because it's not. It's actually a great game. So don't make me. I don't want y'all to think that I'm saying it's a bad game. But what I'm trying to say is this is a basic. To me, this is a basic fundamentals to just a platform, right? I don't. The controls. I say they're solid. They're not great. They're solid. So it's a little floaty to me, just as in jumping and things like that. But still in all, a great game, because you know there were still other companies not making a better game than this. So for me to say that, oh, this is not a good game, that would be wrong, because there were no companies making close to this. Again, like I said, if you played Bubsy 3D, you would understand what you could say that is a bad game. No matter how you look at it, or what you believe it to be, that was a bad game. Crush, no. Crash, definitely a good game. I sit here, I'm running, got things to do, and this is why I always liked Naughty Dog's games. Oh, there you go, I died. try it. But there you go. That's the woes of gameplay. But still, like I said, great game. But it's simple. Very simple game. I don't feel like as much. That there's not much of a learning curve there for me. I don't feel like they taught me anything that I didn't already know about what a 3D platform is to be. I mean, but now with it upscaled, you know, you can play it with a better resolution now. It's a pretty good looking game. Just imagine if the PS1 looked like this when we were playing. You know, instead of that grainy look that we had back in the days, you know, with our TVs. You know, we ain't have that HD like y'all have now. So this is basically what we had to work with. But now that we can, you know, do all those things, that's the great part. But again, like I said, Crash is a great game. But it's not, you know, it's different than Mario 64. It's not trying to be Mario 64. It's not trying to be the same game. So that's why I can respect that. They're not trying to make the same game. They're just trying to make a good 3D platformer for the hardware that they were using at the time. Because, you know, when I get down later, when I get to one of my favorite 3D platformers, then you'll see like, okay, I'm not really hating on what they were doing, but I could see the formula that they took from Crash to put in a game like Jackson Dexter, which is one of my favorite 3D platformers. Only game that I ever platinumed, because I'm not a go get everything kind of guy, but that is one of my favorite games, and I'll put that on a quick review versus something else from that time, or a 3D platformer that came out at that time versus Jackson Dexter. I mean, I was a big fan of Jackson Dexter. They went a different route with 2 and 3. Those were okay to me, as they were good games, 2 and 3, but it wasn't the same feeling that I got from the first when I played those. But again, I'll do a video on that part when I got to the PS2. And, you know, then I'll probably review it with maybe an Xbox 3D platformer and a GameCube 3D platformer from the games from that era, because basically this is the games from the era of Nintendo 64, and this is what I had back then. Still great game. Like I said, it's really basic. They're not, you know, they just throwing enemies at you and you just walk in and hit. To me, it's not really super. They're not doing anything like, okay, like Mario 64 to me was doing a lot. Not me, just within their level design, they were doing a lot. And then, like I said, I can't stress that enough. So we get around there. Oh, back when passwords was a thing. Right, you get that old save. That's classic. Okay, game is saved. Get me back to the action, baby. Right, so Jungle World. But again, like I said, Crash, another great game. Is it better than Mario 64? In no way, shape, or form. I don't know what my brother saw how he saw that this was better than Mario 64, but in his mind it was. I mean, because he just was a hater. if I wanna say it, he was hating. But I can't give it to it. If it was better, I would say it was, but I can't give it to it. But it's still a good game. And a solid game all around. I would say I'm more leaning towards the 3D platformer because that was more open and more thinking for me. Maybe that's why I like Mario 64 better. This was more just kind of like playing a game, playing an old school game, and that was pretty much it. So I'll go back. I'll give y'all my review for this. I'm gonna leave a review for it. I'll tell you what my scores are for this. But again, great game. Not better than Mario 64. It's just, you're limited to 2 moves already right there. So it's not much that Crash can do. I mean, besides level design is on is pretty good in this. So I can't fault them on that because they got great level design. And this was, you wouldn't have got this type of game on the Super Nintendo either. So technically, this is still like a technical marvel indeed, because you're getting up and down, and side-scrolling gameplay all at once. You're getting all of that with this game. So you really can't complain on what you're getting here. This is a beautiful game. Definitely, I can't go wrong. Can't be mad about anything else. I don't know if it was I'll have to look back, see if I could do a Sega Saturn game that would. I'll see what came out in '96 with Sega Saturn to see if it matches this. Because the only game I could probably put up against this would be Knights, because that was the only 3D game at the time that I know of. I'm not sure when Burning Rangers came out. That was a great game too. But to go up with it, their mascot game, because there was no Sonic on Saturn, it would have been Knights. So maybe I'll do a review on Knights, or I could put Knights in this. Matter of fact, that's what I'll do. I'll put Knights up against this too. I'll put Knights up against this and Mario 64. And I played Knights, but I never beat it. So I can still review it without beating it. I can probably play it now and then beat it, and then give you my review on that and tell you what I thought about that, even though to me it's not truly a 3D platformer. I don't think Knights, because I didn't play the whole game, so maybe it is. Let me not get it wrong, but I know he was flying around. I know I beat like the first level or something like that. I never ever really got back, because I didn't really feel like Knights entertained that much to go back and play it. I mean, I played other games on the Saturn that I liked, that I thought were better than Knights. But I'll definitely give it another try. These are the games that I actually played and beat, so I can go back. I can talk about these. I'd rather do that for my review than say that Knights wasn't a good game, because I gotta play it to actually say that it wasn't a good game. And I know a lot of these guys on YouTube be doing reviews and don't fully play the games. So, but I'll definitely do that, and then we'll go from there. But still a great game. Old school. I said this is just basic platforming to me personally. But I'm gonna stop it here, and then I'm gonna go test out Knights, and then I'll do my review for that. But I'm gonna give y'all my review for this. I'll give you the scores. Peace.
Yeah, so the graphics, I'm gonna give the graphics a 4 for Crash Bandicoot. They're not really interactive or anything like that, but it's solid for what it is. So I'm definitely gonna give the graphics a 4 with the gameplay as well. So the gameplay, I'll keep it at the same thing. I'll give the gameplay a 4. It's real solid gameplay. Can't really complain about what I've what the game is. I mean, it's a solid platformer, and was better than a lot of the platformers that came out during that time. So definitely, I give Crash that solid 4 on the gameplay and graphics. And also for the controls, so I'm gonna give the controls a 4 too, because the controls are solid. A little bit floaty for me. That's just me. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm gonna give the controls a solid 4 out of 5. Just with some of the jumping, I like to follow the shadow when I jump, so that's how I make my precise jumps. And even with the shadow, it's still a little floaty for me. But I think 4 is solid for the control. Still a good controls for the game, definitely. Replayability, I'm gonna give it Crash got definite replayability. A lot of levels, a lot of stuff to collect, a lot of stuff to be hitting it and to get secrets throughout the game. And another thing I want to touch on about those enemies again is in Super Mario 64, the enemies had alert systems. They don't have that here. So that's just another thing that was missing. Even though the enemies is basic, they still noticed that you were there. So that's, again, showing a good thing in the gameplay. But definitely replayability with Crash. Okay, here I go into Nights into Dreams. So let's see. Here we go. It's a little colorful game. I don't know, I just got hit by some enemies. I just got out here. Alright, let's see. So here I go. I guess I'll turn into Nights. And I'm playing, like I said, it's a solid game, but compared to Crash Bandicoot and Mario 64, it got no chance. It don't stand a chance. I mean, it's something different. I mean, it's definitely not going for the same thing. It's another basically on rails. You're collecting these little balls, to, I guess, blow up these little stations around as you go, fly through, catching these rings, and so on, until you get to a certain place, and then you fight the end boss. Out of the 3, this would be dead last for me. For now, I say because it's upscaled, the graphics look a little bit prettier. You can definitely see that it looks a little bit prettier than what it would have looked like before. How I seen it before. So I definitely ain't gonna sit here and say this is the prettiest game on the Saturn, because it's not. But again, it's solid. And I'm gonna have to tell you, it's not gonna get the score from me that the other games got. I mean, it's definitely subpar. And I mean, I know back in the day they used to say that this game was crazy, and this is one of the best Sega games at the time. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to put that there. This is pretty basic. Again, this game I didn't see any tutorial telling me how to play or what to do. Now I just know I lost my powers, and whatever the arrow is telling me to run this way. So that's what I'm going to do. And you can see, like, Sega had no idea how to make a 3D platform. The kid is bigger than the world. So, I mean, he out there running. He bigger than the damn playing field that he running on. But it's just things that I'm looking at, things that I see. So, I mean, I don't know how everybody else plays the game. This is how I look at the game. And from what I see, he bigger than the damn world. So, not that great. It's alright, but definitely not up there. It ain't touching Crash, and it ain't touching Mario, and not one bit. And it's really it's not a good comparison. For I would rather just put something else, maybe Burning Ranger against it. I don't remember when Burning Ranger came out, so but I'd rather put that against this. I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. So if you ask me, so I'm just going through these rings and seeing what happens. I know I just keep breaking these balls, gathering these little circle, colorful balls, and I guess see where we go from there. All right. So I know I get a score. Must didn't do well. I got a D. So I mean, at the time, like they said, this was one of the better Saturn games. I mean, I don't see how. I mean, there's definitely better Saturn games like Astol. I'll even take Bug over this one right here. You know, they couldn't bring out a solid Sonic game, so we had to settle. See, I don't know where I'm going. What am I supposed to do? I mean, if anybody's played this game and they know what to do, you tell me. All I know, I'm collecting these balls. I mean, so that's as far as it goes with that for me. You going back in? I ain't get the ball, so I didn't find it. Now let me sit here and go look, see if I find this joint. Can I get through? Come on, Brody. There we go. Broke something. All right, I got the ball now. Where do you want me to go? Okay, down here, you saying. There we go. All right. Back through the water. All right, there we go. Now I put the last ball. There's another ball. Yeah, this game is asking for too many of these balls. That's all you're doing? Just going through the hoops and looking for these balls, I guess. And I guess, no, my man got like some fins going in the water or something. Oh, can we get that? Guess it's time to go. Alright, so I gotta go find some more. Alright, now they took me somewhere else. Alright. Let's see. Again, I don't see what all the hype for this game is about. I'm not hype at all. I guess this is their Echo the Dolphin level. Alright. That's all I really can see out of that. I didn't find the ball, so I know I'm assed out there. Come on, don't touch me, dog. What are we doing? Did I get the ball? Yes, I did. Now I gotta make it through this again. Come on, Derek. Let's go, man. Go try. Come on. Be out of this water, B. There we go. So I'm teleported somewhere and I get all D's. I ain't do good. So here's the boss. So the first real thing that I had to do so far. All right, so swing him around, shoot him and broke him through. All right. Alright, so I don't know what I gotta do with him. Guess I'm just throwing him out the rooms. Alright, come here. Bye. Bye. Come here. Bye. I threw you the wrong way. There you go. You right in the room. Oh, now where you gonna go, baby? I'm looking trash out here. I ain't gonna beat this master. I threw him too far. Threw him back in the room. Oh, come on, bro. Nah, I'm gonna lose this round. They don't have no way where you can just rotate them the other way. Gotta play that again. Oh, bless, I lost. Night over. Oh, that now you give me a hint? Come on, baby. What was your hint at when I needed it? Now I'm just gonna rate it. That's all I get was this one try. So I guess I'm gonna rate it now, and I'll give y'all my rating on that. Definitely ain't gonna be on my top.
Let me get right to it, man. 2 out of 5. Graphics. It's colorful. It's a pretty looking game, but I don't know what these kids are. They're like the Nephilim. You think it's bigger than the world. So you get them on the ground and like, boy, you bigger than the tree, my man? Like, where y'all live? I mean, but I'm gonna get the graphics, gameplay. It wasn't really nothing solid, man. It was basically the same. You're doing the same thing. You're just going around collecting these balls and freaking, I guess, breaking the stations, trying to get the orbs, with the colorful orbs, to take them back to wherever he was in the little shrine, and put it in there until you get enough of the balls to, I guess, go fight the boss, and that's it. So whoever made this, who made this, Yuji Naka, Sonic's guy, not a good game, buddy. You making you look like a one-trick pony. Only game you know how to make was Sonic, and I see why other games didn't do too well, buddy. But yeah, he ain't gonna get off on this one. You ain't gonna just put out a game like this and then call it, and people saying it's one of the best games on the Saturn. Who was the reviewers back in the day? You were wrong. I'm gonna have to say no to that one. Allow me to get to my next one.
All right, so the next one we got here is Controls. And I'm gonna have to say it as a number 2. 2 out of 5 on Controls. The Controls is not that great. For me, I think the camera is too close for one. It should be a little bit further out so I could see a little bit more. Other than that, yeah, the controls is not that great. Controlling him, doing the rotational circle, okay, but once you start doing the spin, you out of control. You hitting the level and all that. So I can't really get the controls. It ain't that great. I just fought that boss, and the controls wasn't great on that. It should have been a way for you to turn with the boss and to throw him, being able to throw him the way I wanted to throw him. But yeah, the controls wasn't good. I'm gonna have to say it's not looking too good for you, Knights. Sorry. Replayability. I'm gonna give replayability a solid no. I'm not replaying this game. I'm going to beat it, and that's it. There's nothing I think I want to do. There's nothing I see that I want to replay about this game. I mean, it's just not something I think I want to replay. I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna beat it, and then I'll have whenever I do a review on Knights, I'll give you the full review then. But this is the review I'm giving you now from what I played so far. Not up to par. Definitely out of the 3, Knights is last. I ain't putting this up on no type of pedestal. I don't know who said this game was hard. And hard meaning good. And I'm gonna have to say no, I don't agree. Out of Crash and Mario, Those two are elite. This is definitely you need to go talk to Shigeru Miyamoto for a little bit. Go watch what he doing. Understand how to make games. You know what I'm saying? That's the template on how to make games, is that man right there. So I'm just gonna say no tonight. I'll definitely play it. I'll definitely beat it. I'm not that type of guy that ain't gonna go play the game and beat it. So I will play it and I will beat it. Even if I'm not enjoying it. Maybe later levels, maybe it might get better. I don't know. So I'm gonna give it that. I'm gonna give it the benefit of a doubt. I mean, maybe it'll come up a point or two. But I don't see it from what I played so far. I don't see it. There's no enemies that I saw to fight. There wasn't no tutorial. Wasn't nothing real good to show like this is the kind of game you want to play, or this is something that you could tell somebody else that they want to play, because I don't think I would recommend this to nobody. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you like and subscribe, and if you want me to do more reviews, put it in the comments. Let me know. If you got me a game review, I will. I think I'm gonna start doing a couple more. I'm gonna do a new show, I think, about soon, where I'm gonna start playing some arcade games, some quick arcade games that I can beat. Maybe some that I didn't beat when I was a kid, and I might go back and play them and beat them. So I might make I don't know if I'll do a live stream or just a stream and whatever and tape it and do it that way. But anything you want to see me play, let me know. Or once I put out the video, then you can let me know then. Peace.